How to make a man obsessed without chasing, manipulating, or losing yourself. Most women think obsession is created by doing more. More effort, more availability, more explaining. But psychology shows the opposite. The men who become deeply attached, emotionally invested, and yes, obsessed, don't bond because a woman tries harder. They bond because something in her nervous system, boundaries, and presence changes how their brain responds. In this video, I'll break down how real male obsession forms. Not infatuation, not lust, but lasting psychological attachment. And it starts in places most women were never taught to look. Part 1. Understand what obsession actually is. Let's redefine obsession. Real obsession is not anxiety, emotional chaos, or hot and cold attachment. That's not desire. That's an activated nervous system. True obsession is persistent curiosity, emotional imprinting, and internal prioritization. Psychologically, a man becomes obsessed when you occupy mental space without effort. And the brain only does that for what feels emotionally significant, slightly unpredictable, and self-directed. You don't become memorable by being available. You become memorable by being distinct. Part 2. Why chasing kills male obsession. Here's a truth most dating advice won't tell you. Men don't bond through being impressed. They bond through effort and emotional contrast. When you chase, you remove uncertainty, you remove mystery, and you remove the need for internal pursuit. The male brain attaches when he has to orient himself toward you. Not because you withdraw in games, but because your life is already oriented toward yourself. Obsession doesn't come from access. It comes from value combined with distance. Part 3. The nervous system shift that makes him attach. This is where feminine energy actually lives. Not in looks, voice, or performance. It lives in regulation. When a woman is emotionally regulated, she doesn't react immediately. She doesn't over-explain, and she doesn't chase clarity. Her calm creates contrast. And contrast is one of the strongest drivers of psychological fixation. His nervous system feels different, and the brain pays attention to what feels different. Calm is not boring. Calm is rare. Part 4. Why boundaries create obsession. Here's a counterintuitive truth. Men don't become obsessed with women who accept everything. They become obsessed with women who limit access calmly. Boundaries do 3 things psychologically. They create respect, they introduce consequence, and they signal self-worth. A woman who says, "This doesn't work for me," without anger, without explanation, without collapse, forces self-reflection, and self-reflection deepens attachment. Part 5. The power of not needing the outcome. Nothing is more attractive or obsession-inducing than a woman who is emotionally self-sourced. When you don't need reassurance, chasing, or immediate answers, you shift the power dynamic without trying. Men become obsessed when they feel chosen and not needed. Desire flows toward independence. Part 6. Feminine presence versus feminine performance. Many women perform femininity. Softness as strategy, sensuality as currency, empathy as overgiving. But true feminine presence is different. It's grounded, selective, slow to attach, and responsive rather than reactive. Presence invites pursuit, performance invites consumption. And men don't obsess over what they can consume. They obsess over what they haven't fully accessed. Part 7. Why walking away is the ultimate attachment trigger. When a woman walks away calmly, not to punish, not to threaten, not to manipulate, something profound happens. The male brain is forced into evaluation, loss awareness, and emotional accounting. And that's where obsession is born. Not because you disappeared, but because you didn't abandon yourself to stay. Here's the truth. If a man becomes obsessed only when you perform, that's not desire, that's dependency. But when he becomes obsessed because your nervous system is regulated, your boundaries are intact, Your life is full and your presence is distinct. That's real attachment. You don't make a man obsessed by doing more. You do it by becoming someone his nervous system doesn't want to lose. Do you think obsession comes from chemistry or emotional safety combined with boundaries? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and follow me if you want more videos like this.